In this video, I will show you how we can create pure virtual functions and abstract classes. So first of all, let us consider a class name as shape. It has a private member ID, it has a constructor, and it has a getter function for ID member. And in main function, we are creating simply a shape object and printing its ID. Now, what are the pure virtual function? How we will create pure virtual function? Uh, Let us create here a pure virtual function. We virtual and basically we are the function will return an integer double type value, and the name of the function is area. It will accept a double type value. Okay, for the moment I am not passing any parameter to this function, and and type are equal to here and type 0 here. This is the method of creating a pure virtual function. Okay, we have to define the function header. We have to place a virtual keyword before the name of the function and before the data type of the function, and we have to mention an equal to 0 and semicolon here. This is basically a pure virtual function. So there is one more thing here to be noted, that we are creating an object of shape class here, but now we have added a pure virtual function in this class. Now this class will become an abstract class. If a class contains minimum one pure virtual function, then it becomes an abstract class. And we know that we cannot create an object of an abstract class. So let us try to run the project. Let us see what happens. So it gives an error here, and look at the error. It says cannot declare variable s1 to be of abstract type shape. So we cannot create an object of abstract class. So we will remove this these lines from here for the moment and run the project again, and there now there are no errors. Now let us create another virtual function like perimeter. You can name you can define any name for these functions. For the moment I am creating two pure virtual functions in this shape class, and now I will inherit a new class like square, and I will inherit publicly from the shape class. Now it will get all the members, public members, from this parent class. Now let us try to create an object of square class like this, and save it, run the project, and again comes the error, and it says that we haven't defined a constructor yet. Okay, let us define a constructor. But before constructor, we want to mention a new member here like site, and let us define a constructor here, square double st, and it will assign this parameter to the member. Now let us create an object of square class and run the project. So again comes error here, no matching function for call to shape. Actually we didn't declare matching constructor in the shape class. Actually there is a function constructor shape which accepts id parameter integer, and we must have to call that like this shape, and IT. Let us try to run the project again, and it comes with error again. And what it says, no matching function for call. Okay, we must have to pass the ID. Okay, ID is 1 and side is 3. And let us try to run the project again comes the error, and this time it says that cannot declare variable as to be abstract type square. So it says that square class is also an abstract class. Why? Because square class inherits all the public members from its parent from shape class. It also gets the virtual functions, pure virtual functions, area and parameter in this. So if the square class, if we want to create an object of square class, we must define these virtual functions in its class definition. Okay, we must define these functions in the child class if we want to create an object of square class. If we want uh, to make the square class a concrete class. Okay, so whenever we inherit a child class from an abstract class and we want to make that class a concrete class, then we must define it all of its virtual functions in its child class. Okay, let us define these functions. Double area, and what will it return? It will simply return side multiplied by side. Now let us try to run the project again. Build and run. Again comes the error, and it says that square is still an abstract class. Okay, we haven't defined the parameter pure virtual function. So let us define the pure virtual function parameter in our child class. Return 4.0 multiplied by side. Okay, we have provided the definitions of the virtual functions. Now let's see object is created or not. So this time object is created. Now we can simply call the functions like s dot area and print it, and line, and s dot perimeter and line. Run the project again, and it gives you output.